Welcome, JBHL, to day 4 of the regular season. We have an exciting matchup here for you today. Our first one being the Alberta Stallions at the St. Louis Loons. I'll start us off with some lines, and then we'll get some pregame thoughts. The Loons will be starting Tino Yerbarber and Matisoff on the first line, and then Double Diamond Gamer and It's Ender on their second. In talking with Eggcat, their owner, they said their goalie was to be decided for tonight. So we'll see if that happens to be a backup or someone of relatively low experience. Alberta, coming off a major, I believe, 9-1 win in their last game against the Lobsters, will be playing Dark Clip and Damien on their first line, and Lucetta and Seeker on their second, with Flofi in net. So a very similar lineup to the one that they rolled out in their last game. So both these teams not having a bad start to the season. Alberta with a huge win in their last. So what I'm going to do, we're going to send it down the line of this whole desk, get everyone's pre-game thoughts on how things might go here. We'll start with you, Puppet.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. Obviously, the Loons just lost a bunch of their bench players who haven't touched the game, or they haven't touched like an actual game so far. They gave up Haha PvP, they gave up Grosser 25, and they also gave up Gamer Geek. Both are really great players, I think, or all three of them are great players, I think. Um, I think Alberta is gonna have I think they're just gonna have the momentum going into this game after going 9-2 against the Lobsters a couple nights ago. Uh, Dark Clip is a really great player. I don't know what Lacorda is gonna do. I haven't seen them play at all, so maybe they are gonna be thrown off balance. I don't know why they would bench fish though.
Yeah, Color. What about you?
We saw both of these teams play very recently. St. Louis Loons had a great first win, and then kind of all fell apart in their last game. They really didn't find their footing until the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game, when they switched up their lines and really turned on the offensive pressure. You'd hope that they stick to those, which what they ended the game with 2 days, or was it? I don't know if it was yesterday or 2 days ago, but yeah, I think it all rides on if they can keep that up.
Mm-hmm. And what about you, Toshin?
Yeah, I mean, like Cudderp said, both these teams coming off a good start. I believe both teams are 1-1 in the standings, having some top players in the skater leaderboard, such as Dark Clip on Alberta, having 6 goals, 1 assist, 7 points in average. And if we head down, Double Diamond G with 3 goals to assist for the Loons. I mean, both these teams having some good star players, as we touched on, losing some players due to some trading and stuff. We might see a little bit of a weaker roster coming from the Loons, but I mean, only time can tell, and I think we'll have a good matchup ahead of us.
And to keep that thought going, you said some star power there. Could you pick one player, maybe on each team, or one player overall, that you think will be the main X factor?
I mean, like I touched on, Dark Clip, going 6 goals, 1 assist, 7 points in total. I think he'll be a huge part for the Stallions going into this one, especially versus the Loons. For the Loons, I mean, Tino Yerbarber and Double Diamond G, I mean, if I had to pick from out of both of them, I could honestly see underdog Tino Yerbarber stepping up for his team, averaging 4 goals and 1 assist on the season so far. I know he's done a pretty solid job in WJC, unfortunately being unsigned from his BHL team being drafted to. So now he has all the momentum in the JBHL, and all he has to focus on now is JBHL. So I think that'll be the edge for him, as we'll pick Tino Yerbarber for the Loons.
Yeah. All right. Well, since we're running slightly short on time here, let's run it down the line with our predictions. Puppet, what about you?
I think it's gonna be a 5-2 win for Alberta here.
All right, Color.
I think it's gonna be high scoring. I hope it's gonna be competitive. I'm gonna go 6-4 for Alberta.
All right. I think I agree with that, but I think it'll be a little more one-sided to Alberta. So I think I'm also going to say 5-2 for Alberta. What about you, Toasted?
I'll nice and quick here. 4-2 Alberta. I believe in the dream.
All right. Well, we have about 15 seconds until faceoff, so we're going to send it over to your color and play-by-play for the game.
Thank you so much. As we get set down at ice level, stepping into the face-off, Dark Clip and Double Diamond G. On the defense, we have It's Ender, and we have Diamond, as both these teams look to go ahead. Looking to take the face-off through the zone will be Alberta, having to fight for possession. Double Diamond G trying to break it out, able to do it, making it way up with a quick P3. Nice chance! It's in! It's Ender opens the scoring. It's 1-0. First shot of the game opens it up, and we got a game.
Yeah, and we talked, or a lot of the desk pregame thought this was going to go Alberta's way. We saw in the first game that the Loons played that they really can dominate if they choose to. We see Double Diamond G send it up to It's Ender to start things off. And, you know, a nice 1-goal lead on the first shot, and nothing really, I don't know if it's floppy or floafy, my bad, but nothing they can do, you know, left in the dust there as they had a wide open shot.
As we get set for face-off number 2, Dark Clip looking to get his team back on the high ride as he gets sent down to the corner. Finally trying to find a slot pass. No one there for Alberta as they'll have to rebuild. A quick shot makes its way. A nice easy save for Ende. As another chance gets broken out. Now on a break. A nice P3 chance for Double Diamond G. Just unable to bury it as we sent down low into the zone. Stuck behind the net. Dark Clip looks to break it out once again, like we talked about in the pregame. Dark Clip being a key player for the Stallions. He looks to take it through. It's Ender able to do a nice crouch on it and block it through out. Now heading down low behind the net, trying to get some play moving. Finding it to the middle. No one there, just out of reach as Dark Clip looks to advance through center. Taking its way to the blue line. A nice shot opportunity there. He gets back checked from Double Diamond G. Now down low into the corner. Trying to break it out. Still nothing quite there. Already a minute and 10 down. 1-0 leads with the Stallions. A nice slot pass. Dangerous shot there from Alberta. Able to ping it away. As Tino, your barber, already making his impact at the start of his shift. Looking for a chance. P3's it up high. Alberta able to find a loose puck in time to start anything. Tino really lagging. He's unpredictable. As we say that, a quick shot makes its way. Able to glove it down and send it to the side. Alberta with a nice couple chances to get out of the zone, but Tino really shuts it down. Nice pullbacks there. Now stuck along the board side. Trying to break it up. Alberta finds it loose. Nice P3 up high. Taking it through a quick chance. Fires it. Nice open lane was there. But a nice glove comes from Ende, as we'll bring it back into the zone. Alberta really pushing for a goal here after going down early in the first. A lot's on the table now, as both teams are 1-for-1 on the season. Really pushing for their spots in the standings. Laqueta looking for his options. Deciding to hold on to it, allowing for his team to get a full line change. As Stallions... St. Louis, going for a chance. Get their change off. A nice chance. Nice P3. Nice easy save for the netminder of Alberta as they'll be brought down low to the corner again. Time and time again, pressure just starts to build up. St. Louis really has the momentum here, scoring the first goal of the game, and they'll look to ride it all the way throughout the first period. Double Diamond G fires a P3. A nice post save there. As a goalie, you always got to be thinking your posts. As taking it through, a nice pickpocket comes from It's Ende. A nice chance comes from it just off the pads, and it'll be sent the other way off a rebound. Double G. Trying to break it through. A nice cross pass. Finds another quick P3. Nothing gets by. A nice couple saves. Already 4 for 2 on the shot counter. St. Louis leads in it as they also lead in the goal department. Puck is sent down low. Time trying to wind down. 1:30 remains in this first. Double Diamond G really fighting for it down low. Dark Clip trying to squeeze it through. It sneaks by just through the little opening, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that was able to sneak under Ende there, but it did nonetheless. And it was a good move from behind the net. I think he was trying to center it rather than take his own shot. but he followed it up, got the rebound, and it's tied with a minute left in this first period. Tested.
Oh, sorry. A minute and 20 remains. As a chance makes its way through. Sorry, I said, well, muted. Color Derp touching on is going to be a high-scoring game already, 1-1. More goals incoming, too, as Alberta, taking it through, looking for a chance. Alberta actually making their run all the way to the finals last season, coming short to Chilliwack Chiefs, which will be playing tonight. Unsure the matchup there, but you'll see that as a nice glove there comes from St. Louis goaltender as they'll bring it the other way. Trying to get something to go. Nothing quite yet there. St. Louis trying to get one last push before this period comes to an end. Chances fluttering as Luqueta trying to break it through. A nice quick shot, trying to find the angle again. As we already seen a sharp angle sneak through. It's Ender as he tries to recreate that shot. Nothing will get through. Still 1-1, 5-4 now. Alberta leads in the shot department. And we're all tied up in the goal side. As one last push for the Loons as they'll be unable to get out of the corner. And period will come to an end. And we have a lot to talk about heading into this intermission.
We do indeed. This has been a fascinating first period. Let's just get our first initial thoughts. We'll start with you, Puppet.
My microphone was muted. That's my bad. That's my bad.
You're good.
You can probably blame Angry Gingerboy. I bet he probably unplugged it. But anyways, let's get into the first period, shall we? That was a really intense first period. The first shot of the game obviously went in. I think that's just a bad, a little, I don't know, first second of the game, just jitters from Alberta. But they obviously got that rebound with the insane shot from Darkcliffe. I don't know how he snuck it through the pads of the goalie, but I've never seen that before. It was a great goal. Other than that, though, I think the goalies are playing really good. Alberta, I think, has locked down their game since that first goal that they gave up. Color Derp, what do you think about that?
I actually think that I can hear my own echo. Nice. I think that Alberta got pretty lucky in that first period. They gave up a lot of cross passes, a lot of P3s, and yeah, I think that Flofi, really bailed them out on a few chances. Loon's getting 3 other shots besides that goal, and they could have easily scored 3 other goals. So they've got to definitely close down those open lanes on both sides of the ice.
Yeah, I completely agree. I would say the one word I would use to describe this period is nervous from both teams. I mean, that early first shot goal, just a goalie unprepared. Same with those lines. I think we've seen a lot of whiffs and a lot of mistakes from both sides. Posted.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a lot of mistakes from both sides. I can 100% agree. As first goal for the Loons, unpredictable than we thought. We thought Alberta would be holding this game to their own and not sharing any love to St. Louis. But as we see, the tides have turned, and we'll head back down for period number 2.
Mm-hmm.
As face-off underway, a quick chance comes from Alberta. Once again, they're trying to hold their piece now. Dart clip into the corner. Trying to break it through, nothing there. Alberta finds their way on the back check now. St. Louis able to find a quick P3 just wide of the net, though. Diamonds trying to get something going, trying to get out of his zone. Nothing there for him. Dart clip will find a loose puck, taking it through. Why am I in there? As I'm in, brought down to the corner, trying to get something to go. Trying to sneak it through now. Dart clip having to advance down to his own zone. Nothing quite yet there. Dark Clip trying to get something to go for his team. Nothing quite yet gets there as we brought over. Once again, a nice chance there. Nice easy save as we brought up again. Trying to break it through. Nothing there for the Loons quite yet, as still 1-1 shots have been the same other than the one shot coming from Alberta off of cheeky angle. Double Diamond G now in the corner, trying to get something going. Dark Clip with a nice chance, decides to hold on to it, bring it to the corner, and Alberta will have to touch up as we brought out of the zone. Taking it down low again now. Nothing quite yet there. P3 makes its way across, heading up now. Looking for a quick shot, decides to hold on to it, finally releases, pullback, tries to sneak it through, and what a save from Ende!
Yeah, great shot mentality from the Alberta Stallions. Definitely something they could use to, really keep themselves ahead in this game.
Yeah, as Lewis the Goat down low in the corner. Sorry, that's not Lewis the Goat. That's Aqueta. Sorry, my fault. Down low in the corner now, trying to bring out Aqueta, trying to find a P3, able to get it off. Nothing quite gets there. Aqueta again, trying to go for his second shot. Nothing will get by. Alberta really starting to ramp up their speed now heading into the second. They realized their mistakes in the first after heading to the locker room, and their coach really had a talk with them, and now they're really building up their momentum as they're taking along. A quick cross pass makes its way. Quick P3 comes across, doesn't make its way to the net, just wide on the right side. Down low again, nice pullback, trying to sneak it through again. Aqueta, knowing how their first goal went in, trying to recreate it again. As I'm still not quite sure how it snuck in. Aqueta trying to find a couple pullbacks, nothing there for him. As we brought over. Urson trying to get something there. It's Ender trying to find a pass up for Double Diamond G. Nothing gets through there for him. Demon trying to get something to move. Nothing quite there. Double Diamond G having to regroup back down in his own zone. Trying to get play moving. Still stuck below the net. Finally, something goes. Trying to find a slot pass. Bounces off Ende's chest. And will be brought over to the board side. Now, a P3 makes its way a little out of reach as Dark Clip gets there first. And they'll be stuck fighting for it along the board side. Dark Clip looking to get movement going. Trying to find a P3. Nothing quite there. Double Diamond G finds a cross pass. Just out of reach. Too far ahead. As it's Ender just unable to get there in time. Trying to find something to go. 1:30 remains. This period has flown by so far as Alberta really taking on the pressure as Loons have not been able to produce a shot yet in this first period of play. They're starting to slow down, and I feel like either they got to get a goal here or they're going to push for OT. It's Ender trying to get something to move. Nothing quite yet for him as they'll be fighting for it. A bit of bunching there comes loose. Finally makes its way over for the Stallions. Once again, P3ing it down low. Leaving the puck, going for a full line change. Almost a misread as it's to the slot. No one's there. Thankfully, not able to get the shot off as it's down the other way. A great chance just gets poke checked away from Laqueta. As a dangerous chance there almost leads to a goal for St. Louis. As we brought down to the corner. Time and time again. Alberta looking for one last chance. A P3 goes flying. A nice easy save for Ende. As Laqueta to the middle. No one there. It's just not lined up properly. A bit of pushing and shoving down low in middle ice. Nothing called yet there. Once again, Loons passing it up high. Looking for one last chance before this comes to an end. 12 seconds remain. One last chance. Heading down the way. Alberta looking for a chance. Holding on to it. Pull back. Trying to go for a pass. Unable to do it. One last shot till the period comes to an end. And a rebound chance is there. And it'll become closed. Both teams will get the breather. And they'll head to their respective locker rooms. And we will head up to the desk for the second period intermission. I need media.
Yes. Fascinating period there as we actually wait for the rest of the desk to arrive. A really cagey period. Alberta definitely slightly more dominant, and we also saw the reintroduction of Vern Anderson or Mysterious Fish into this game, which I think several of us were questioning why they were not starting originally. But we'll just take thoughts of the period, starting with you, Puppets. You might be muted again.
My microphone is muted again. Ginger needs to stop touching my microphone. But before I get to that, I want to say Alberta is just dominating this game. They have more shots. I think they have better chances. Fish is obviously a great matchup. He had a great shot that hit the post. Just got short before Lakota can quite reach the puck and just smack it in for a post to be his goal. But other than that, I think the goalies are playing great. Floppy is looking great too, based off that one shot we saw. Ender's also playing really good too. Or Enda, my bad.
Yeah. Color, what about you?
I think Alberta kind of has the, like the player advantage there. Especially, I think they were missing Tino for a good chunk of that second period. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't see him. But yeah, either way, I think they were getting the shots off. The issue is they're not really playing together. They got to work off each other with the shots, creating it with each other with the passes. If they just kind of take it down the ice and take a bunch of P3s, it's going to be easier for Enda to try and position himself, which you can see he saved all 5 shots that he faced in that period. So, if they start passing together more, they'll find better opportunities.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, we'll see what happens here in this third and final period. It's going to be a close, but a lot closer than I think all of our predictions said. We'll pass it back over to you, Toasted, for play-by-play.
Thank you so much as we get set for period at number 3. Do or die, 1-1 is the score. Both these teams looking to go 2-1, as one team will have to fall 1-2 on the season. As only time could tell who will be that team as a quick P3 makes its way down. No one there in time. It's Ender looking to dump out of his zone. Bounces off his post. Able to ping it off will be ended. It's Ender looking to advance it out of zone. Finally making its way along the ref circle. Finally P3 into the blue line. Trying to open up some room for him. Nothing quite yet gets through. St. Louis coming off with a lot more speed after that second period, only putting up 1 shot throughout that second. They look to come out with more pressure and more thrive to win this one. As a quick chance to P3 it out, nothing will get through. Dark Clip able to hold it in for his team. Double Diamond G trying to fight it through. Nothing gets by. Dark Clip, nothing there for him, as he'll look to break it through. Once again, stopped in the line. Back down to the corner. A lot of back and forth. Not a lot of shots been registered quite yet. It's Ender. Stumps it down behind his net. Allows his team to go for a full line change. But Alberta will take the time to do the exact same thing. As it's Ender tries to go for a line change. But Laqueta having a dangerous chance there, as we'll have to fight back for it. Laqueta down low in his own corner. Trying to break it out. He'll hold it off for a bit before making a play. He'll get stuck in the corner. Tino, your barber, finally back from the ER. Got stitched up after a hit in the first period, I believe. Makes its return into the third. As the Stallions look to get something going. Nothing quite yet there for them, as they'll be forced to rebuild along the board side. Laqueta looking to break it in. Registering 10 shots so far on the night, and that'll be 11. Ende really putting up a masterclass for his team, being a huge part to their success so far, as more shots, almost double, more than double their shots have been on with Alberta, putting up 6 more than the Loons. Now down low to the corner. Laqueta once again with another shot, another great save to hold out of the net. Laqueta, I'm pretty sure, is a way older player. Haven't made their way out of the JBHL yet. Tino, your barber finds a break. Tries to get through, but misses the puck and will be forced to rebuild as he'll go for a line change. Double Diamond G breaks it out for his team. The Double Diamond G and its Ender line has been a solid line so far. The quick shot makes its way as Ende will hold on to it, as we'll get a whistle right inside the Loon zone.
Yeah, and even though Alberta's getting a lot of shots on net, they got to be careful of the counterattack. One missed puck, one missed hit on the puck, and you could see St. Louis going the other way and getting a goal.
Yeah, they got to be really careful, as we almost saw that heading into the second period intermission. a quick break came for Alberta, and it bounced off the pads of Ende, I believe, and it sent the Loons on a break, and just didn't have time to regroup on the rebound, and the time did tick down. But yeah, like we said there, Color Derp, we gotta be careful. As Dark Clip heading up the boards now, looking to make a move, deciding to take it by himself, as he'll be sent down into the corner. Sender looking to get anything to go. Double Diamond G will meet them halfway. Still with time. Puck kind of bounces off his feet, having to rebuild to the middle. A nice chance is there, and a great slot pass save. As a shot makes its way straight into Ende's chest, and he makes a great save to hold his team in this game. As I know me and Color Dirt being two goalies ourselves, we can take pride in that save there, as it always sucks when your team lets up a slot pass, and you having to make those saves feels amazing. As we'll get a whistle, actually. Color Drip, you want to chime in on that?
Yeah, I mean, it feels nice to make the save, but it doesn't feel nice when after the 15th chance it finally goes in the back of the net and you lose the game because of it. So St. Louis really have to step up their defense.
Yeah, it's Tino Barber finally breaking it through the boards, trying to get something to go. Will we reach OT? Will be the final question. As Vern taking it up, looking for a pass for Laquetta. Laquetta's there. Dangerous P3 was loading up, but unable to get it off, as a great poke check to keep his stick off the ice comes from the Loons. Once again, Laquetta with a nice pullback gets Ende moving side to side, but he won't find the loose puck. As another big hit. Finally, the first penalty of the game will come, as it will be on Alberta, and it will send the Loons to their first power play of the night.
And St. Louis is going to take a TO here with 30 seconds to go to try and find the winner. For me, I think I can't talk. I think Laquetta has been really selfish with the shots on goal he was taking. I think actually both players on this line, if they found each other more often, they could have maybe got a goal, but now they'll have to penalty kill.
Yeah, Taylor Barber tries to sneak it through. Dark Clip on the faceoff. Dark Clip holds his ground and stays strong. As Taylor Barber really playing a one-on-one game here, not really using his teammate, as he takes it off of him. Taylor Barber looking for an open P3, fires. Dark Clip finds the block, and we'll get an offside call. And they'll go for a full change, I believe.
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about. Like Tino there takes a shot, but he actually had his teammate completely open on the other side of the ice on a 2-on-1 with a goal that could decide the game. So like it's really frustrating when obviously everyone in the JBHL are newer players and they're still developing, but you got to find those opportunities to really, highlight yourself and be a team player.
Yeah, I honestly totally agree. I mean, knowing the owner Eggcat, I don't know if Eggcat will be saying anything, but hopefully he's able to speak to Tino Barber and let him know that he needs to be using his teammate more, as they'll send on its Ender. Hopefully Ender, being a good role model to Tino, allows him and kind of communicates to him to pass the puck a little more, as the 8 seconds they'll have on the power play will kind of use up the rest of the third here, as 8:09 remains on the clock until we head to overtime. As we will see if the winner will come true here, as this power play is more than enough to get this game sealed and set away. As St. Louis lines up for the face-off, Dark Clip knows what he has to do. Whoever wins this face-off will have the momentum, as if Dark Clip wins it, he'll look to send it down low to the corner and kill it. If St. Louis wins, they'll look to create a play here and try to find their goal to win this game and come home with a W. Face-off comes away. Tino Barber able to win it. Looking to get something going. A nice pass to a P3. A great save, as holding his team in this one will be, I don't know how to pronounce your name properly, but Flui. I'm very sorry if I mispronounced your name. New name to me, but great save, as we'll head up to the desk, I believe, for overtime.
Yes, I am extremely stuck right now in a wall, unfortunately. There we go. All right, so as our media team shuffles in here, what an exciting game this has been. I mean, a really tight one. A lot of mistakes being made by both teams here, but ultimately an amazing goalie performance by Ende. We'll have a more specific question for this panel. What exactly does the winning team need to do here? I know we talked about it some, but we'll start with you, Puppet.
Honestly, I don't know who can do much more. Honestly, both teams are passing a lot. They're both getting their great chances. I mean, hell, that in the last 8 seconds, we saw Tino connect with his line mate for a beautiful pass, and it was just saved by Floppy. There's not much you can do there. Alberta's also using passing a lot. I know there was a time where like Fish and Lugretta were passing back and back and back until like Lugretta found the shot that was saved by again. So I don't know if there is anything they can do besides maybe like switch it up and maybe go for like a P1, P2, 5-hole shot, maybe far side, but that's really all I have.
Caller, what do you think will be the key to winning this game?
I mean, yeah, I agree with the passing is really a big factor here. You saw the chance with 8 seconds to go in this game. I think that was the Loons' best chance of the game. I mean, obviously besides the part where they scored. I mean, but yeah, that was their best opportunity. Flofi just coming up huge, and yeah, I mean, I can't stress it enough. The passing is really the big factor for both teams.
Tosin.
Yeah. I mean, as we saw in that last part of the period, the Loons having a huge part with Tino and its ender. They linked up on the faceoff, got the play off and the shot, but Flui able to make the save, and only 2 shots, I believe, in that third period, but he came up tall on all of them. As we'll have to see the winner in this OT, as we'll head straight down to ice level. Won't hold you up there for too long. Double Diamond G trying to get something to move. Nothing quite yet there. Breaks through off the knee pads of Diamond G as the puck comes loose. Almost a dangerous play there. Unable to hit it off. Will be shut down just tight there. Dark Clip trying to get something to move. Nothing quite yet there. Dark Clip to the middle again. Double Diamond G able to kill it off though. Comes up tall by himself. Tries to get something going. A huge hit. Won't be called there as our officials for tonight, as we should probably give a huge thank you to WAP50 for sticking through with this game all the way through these 4 periods, as we appreciate all of our officials. As Diamonds trying to get something to go. It's Ender. Pull back, trying to find it to the middle. A really fast P3. Not a lot of people will be able to hit that, even in the BHL. As a dangerous rebound makes its way. Double Diamond G tries to get something going. A P pull back to a P3. All these chances are coming from the Loons. I mean, where was this during the third period? In the second, I mean, they're coming off with a heater. As they brought down to the corner. Tino, your barber on the ice now. Once again, making his return in the third period. Now into OT. Finding the P3 off the post. A dangerous chance was there. As we will thank his post all the way through, as we've heard that ring multiple times up in the booth. As we'll look again. Vern trying to get something to go. Ferguson trying to break it through. Able to break it down the blue line. Loons fighting into the corner. Ferguson trying to find a pullback into a shot. Trying to get something to move there. Tino shuts it down in his tracks as they'll fight their way up center ice. Trying to get it by. Tino, 2v1s. A P3 makes its way up. Trying to find the cross pass. No one breaks through as they brought down to the corner again. Now, Tino, all alone, trying to sneak it through. Tino decides to hold his ground. As I say that, he was just really laggy as he'll get sent back to the bench. As we thought he was able to fix his lag, as it seems unsuccessful. As Ren finds the shot, rebound chances there. Ende is able to make the save after a nice P3 from the center, as that's his 15th shot save out of 16. Coming up huge for his team so far in this season, as a quick shot makes it off. Double Diamond G able to find the block on it. That one's going to sting all the way till tomorrow. As another chance makes its way, able to go it down Flui, as we brought through. Double Diamond G trying to find a slot pass for its Ender. Its Ender finds the loose puck, pings it off. Pretty good ping there. Unable to get anything going from it though, as we brought through. Now in the offensive zone. Alberta trying to get something going. Trying to sneak it through. Nothing quite yet there as Alberta will find a pullback. St. Louis able to find the loose puck. Darkcliffe finds the P3. Nice, easy save for Ende as we brought along. It's Ender. Sneaking it through. P3 ups for Double Diamond G. Double Diamond G able to break it into Alberta's defensive zone. Trying to break something off. Nothing quite comes from it as Stam's trying to run low for for the Loons. Double Diamond G brings it up. It's Ender. Trying to get something to go as they'll be forced to go for a line change. Tino heads on. And so will be his defender. As a chance sneaks through. Ende able to break it off. Tino now all by himself finds the P3. It's in! Tino, your barber seals the deal. It's over. Let's head home. St. Louis comes home with a 2-1 win.
Yeah, and you know, story. I don't know. Oh my God, fairy tale finish for the Loons as Enda gets the game-winning assist on Tina Your Barber's P3. I mean, he just had all the time in the world there to line it up, and he makes no mistake slotting that far side. And I mean, coming off just a wonderful performance for Enda, I think the Loons very much deserve to win this game, despite all the efforts from the Stallions. And I mean, yeah, what a game. 2-1 for the Loons.
Yeah, as we'll take ourselves out of here and we'll be flying to our next game quick and easy. I believe we are at Las Vegas, if I'm not miscorrected.
That is correct.
As we'll head to Las Vegas for a quick plane ride, and we will catch you there. As once again, your final score 1-2 in favor of the Loons. Shots on goal 17-11, and we'll catch you at Las Vegas.
be one of the greater matches of the season, let alone of the night. Both teams very strong, and I'll just ship this off to Puppets Blade to start things off. What are your thoughts on the game?
I mean, I feel like LVL kind of got a Mickey win over the Huskies. I feel like any team in this league right now can beat the Huskies 7-0. Other than that, I think Alaska is actually true to being contenders for the league. I think they could actually be really good and actually get a lot of goals. I'm saying actually a lot, but that's okay because honestly, they're really great. I don't know any of these names. Like, actually, no, that's a lie. I know Optical Labor. I don't know anyone from LVL that well. I know all of them are basically like football players, and they're known for being somewhat good for BHL games. So maybe they're all right, maybe they're bad. Who knows? Darklip, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this honestly could be a preview of the finals if bracket be willing, you know what I'm saying? And I think the Aces come away with this game though. They have the stronger team in my opinion.
Sounds good. Obviously, Puppets Blade with very little ball knowledge. There's some great players on this Las Vegas Lions team, such as Vizzo, who is on my non-HL team and currently is 3rd in the league in points with getting 6 points in that first game they played. We'll see if he can keep up the production in this one. It looks like we have a goaltender matchup of Mushy Fan, who played very well in his first game against Dragon Balls, who I honestly haven't seen very much of. But with 30 seconds left on the desk here, we will go into some score predictions. And Darklip, what do you think?
I'm gonna go 3-2 Alaska.
All right, and Puppets Blade.
I think this is going to be a 4-2 game, Alaska.
Okay, I'm not gonna side with Alaska. I think I'm gonna go 4-3 for the Lions. And yeah, that'll be all for the desk. What's up, man?
I predict 4-2 Las Vegas Vizzo hat trick.
Oh, I like that. I really like that. All right, and so both two deskers think we're going Alaska. 2 is going with the Lions, and I guess we will see as the game gets underway here in Las Vegas. Starting lineups will be Vizzo and Emo for the Lions against the Optional Labor and I Am Optical for the Aces, as Optional Labor takes us around the net. Both Lions players hot on his tail early on, both hungry to start touching this puck. And Vizzo trying to get the better of Optical, can't do so yet as this comes out of the zone. Emo trying to send it back in. Vizzo having some connectivity issues, and he'll try to regroup as Dragon Ball Z kind of just sends this out of the zone, clearing it out of harm's way. Labor sending it right back in, but that gets cleared to the corner. Vizzo almost getting a step, except Labor keeping this very nicely in the offensive zone here. Lions trying to spring a 2-on-1, can't quite do it, as the defense of the Aces seems to be overbearing for this first line to start things off. And Vizzo still can't get in, as Optical will go back the other way, breaks through. Emo takes a shot on goal, and it slides through. It's 1-0 Aces.
Yeah, honestly, that was a beautiful goal there from Optical. Like you were saying though in the commentary, the defense from the Aces looked strong against Vizzo so far.
Yeah, I mean, they've played really well to limit the chances. Even though a minute has only gone by in this game, they look smothered on that first line. And, Emo, not as much experience here. Obviously, none of these players with the greatest amount of experience. Either way, Optical taking advantage and, breaking past him and sliding it through Dragon Ball Z on the short side. And, as a goalie, you definitely don't like letting those in, especially with how slow it came through. Either way, the Lions will try to redeem themselves and tie this game with Chef Boyardee and JP LMAO against Royal Cyrus and Mountain Q. Mountain Q, the anchor of this second line, going to try and set things up, trying to, really hold this Las Vegas second line out of the zone as the first did, as Royal Cyrus has some room here on the near side to take a shot, and it goes wide, not even touching the net. And Chef Boyardee will come back the other way, has a 2-on-1, sends it cross ice. What a ping by Mountain Q to stop that chance, as that might have been a goal if they was able to make it to JP on the other side. Chef Boyardee trying to take a shot of his own. He can't do it. Mountain Q trying to take some offense. Takes a shot off the outside of the post. And Mountain Q trying to mark his presence on this game. And the offensive zone, not just the defense. And they will battle still on this board. Chef Boyardee getting the better of him. Vizzo back on the ice, has some room, jumps over the puck here. And he will regroup as his line mate comes on the ice. Mountain Q still not able to get off, though. Almost able to spring Optical, but just too slow passing it over. And both teams will complete their line change. Optical dumping this hard into the zone. Emo getting the better of him. Some big hits from both sides here. Nothing's going to be called. And Vizzo gets a step on Labor, who tries to take a shot. And Mushy Fan comes all the way out of his net to stop that one. Another try gets blocked in front by Optical. And oh my goodness, Vizzo is fuming not being able to get either of those chances toward the net. But he will break through here and try to take it through. Saved by Mushy Fan. And Aces kind of got bailed out on those chances as neither of those shots got near the net. Very aggressive chances for the Lions. Vizzo, although he didn't look the strongest on that first shift, he is coming out firing on the second with 2 shots already. Labor trying to center it out in front for Optical. And things will slow down here as Vizzo sends it up to Emo. Looks like Optional Labor will take his time sending it cross ice to Optical. Chef Boyardee back on the ice for the Lions. Another break coming for the Aces as Optional Labor tries to bring it in again. Saved by Dragon Ball Z. And this will get cleared to the boards. Optional Labor will recover and then go for a line change as Chef Boyardee enters the zone by himself. Royal Cyrus going back the other way. Almost got past JP. Wasn't quite able to. They battle on this near side. Back and forth. The pullback. Royal Cyrus reads it. Can't quite get a shot off yet. He'll keep it behind the zone, trying to center it. But Chef Boyardee all over him. It's a 2-on-1 for the Lions. Back the other way. What will come from this chance? He'll send it cross ice to JP. And another great ping by Mountain Q. What a defensive effort from this second line defender. He has blocked 2 almost perfect chances for the Lions. They'll get another chance coming the other way. He'll try to take a shot himself, but he'll just jump over the puck, and it's offside.
Yeah, honestly, Alaska got bailed there on that opportunity where Vizzo had those 2 shots. Mushy Fan came out way too aggressive and got bailed by Optical by blocking that there.
Yeah, they've got to be careful on those Las Vegas Lions counterattacks as Royal Cyrus able to take a far shot. Dragon Ball Z able to glove that again, and this is the third 2-on-1 break of the shift. Here goes JP who shoots. Oh, it's Vizzo who shoots and scores. Lions tied things up with 30 seconds.
Goalie assist on the board.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z setting up the play to Chef Boyardee, who sprung Vizzo. I didn't realize they made the change on the offsides. But, I mean, you're giving Vizzo open ice like that, and an open net nonetheless. He is going to make you pay. And with 30 seconds to go in this first period, the Lions have tied this game up, looking to be very competitive as we go into the second and third. We'll see if any more chances are able to come from either team with not much time remaining on the clock. Vizzo wins the faceoff, trying to cut into the zone. He does, takes a shot that goes wide, just can't cut it inside the net, but this gets sent out in front, and that's blocked by Optical on Chef Boyardee's chance. It looks like the Lions are stacking and changing things up for those last 30 seconds as this comes into the zone. Chef Boyardee with a partial break seems to slow down, but he'll try to get something on net with 5 seconds to go, and Labor will just choose to kill this and send it around as we send it back to the desk. And welcome back to the desk as we have everybody joined with us here now. Pretty even period. Lions able to tie it up early. I'll go to Puppet's Play to start things off. What do you think?
I'm a little surprised by the Lions offense. Obviously, I knew who Zivit or Shethan Viv or I don't know how to pronounce his name,
Vizzo?
but I know who they were. I just didn't think they played on the Lions, and I'm surprised that they came out with a pretty decent period. They're being more dominant than this Alaska team, but their defense is kind of more lacking, especially if you consider the fact that Mountain Q is just an anchor and he's just a tank to go through, and he's just getting so many block shots right now. I think Alaska might have the edge just because of that. I'm going to ship this over to Zulus real quick. What do you think?
I think Alaska's being bailed out by consistent high-level defensive plays, and the shots don't reciprocate what we've seen. Las Vegas has been outplaying this Alaska team on offense, just better chances all around the board from LVL, but they got to tighten up their defense, not let optical just get through every chance he gets.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And Dark Clip, what do you think of either team in this period?
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be like, I don't know, it's a mix of offensive and defensive battle. Las Vegas has the better offense, but Alaska just had a great defense so far. And they honestly have got built on some of these plays, so we'll see if that continues.
Yeah, they've definitely got to step up their defensive chances. Lots of counterattacks, lots of shots, 4-3 in favor of the Aces, even though the score stays tied. And, a lot of, shoot first players on both of these teams. We'll see whose defense can hold up the strongest. And I mean, that will do it for this intermission desk. And we'll go back over to the ice for the start of the second period here. Looks like we'll see Vizzo and Emo reunited as optional and optical. The two O's will go on the ice for the Aces. Vizzo wins the draw with the same play. He's going to take a far shot off the face-off. Hits the post. Mushy fan having to glove that one before it could have possibly trickled in. Vizzo trying to center this to his defender. Couldn't get it strong enough. Emo takes a shot that goes off the side netting. And a possible break here for Optical on this near side. Vizzo able to get back defensively, and he'll take a shot of his own. Not strong enough, though. Mushy able to glove that one pretty easily. Vizzo sends it out in front. Mushy will glove that chance and hold on as the Lions looking to take a quick lead.
Yeah, this has been utter domination of these first 30 seconds from the Lions. Alaska needs to step up their game if they want to keep in it.
Yeah, the anchor Mountain Q is only on one of the two lines. They've got to focus on both of them as Optical steps in, takes the shot off the draw, and he doubles the lead for the Lions.
Wow, what a blunder by Dragon Ball Z. That positioning, he was just way out of his mark, and Optical took advantage.
Yeah, that's 2 goals now on this short side for Dragon Ball Z. You've got to see if he's going to adjust his positioning as this game moves on. And yeah, that's 2 nearly identical goals for Optical. One was the 5-hole, one with the P3. Like I said, both on the short side. So it looks like both teams will complete a line change, and now the Lions finding themselves trailing once again. You can't assume they're going to want to keep trying to get back in this game as Chef Boyardee trying to cut through on the face-off. Obviously, Mountain Q being there ready. Dangerous chance as JP shoots it at his own at his own net. And Dragon Ball Z having to clear it to the corner. There's going to be a delayed penalty here on the Aces as Mountain Q finally touches up. And honestly, I missed it. I'm not sure if you saw it, Dark Clip.
I also did not see the penalty there, but I was a little bit far away from the ice, so.
It's going to be a tripping penalty on Royal Cyrus. Might have been a hit behind the play, or I guess if you guys are watching the stream, you might have saw it. Either way, Mountain Q will be on the ice to defend this power play for the Lions, who are looking to get back in this game, and that's got to be the best possible player if you are the Aces, as Vizzo tries to send this in front. Almost bringing a break from Mountain Q. Vizzo having to get back. They'll look to set up a play, crossing it to Jeff Boyardee, who cuts inside to take a shot, saved by Mushy Fan. 10 seconds to go in this period. Mountain Q trying to take a shot of his own on the penalty kill. He'll have to get back right away as Vizzo is there on the 2-on-1, sends it to Jeff Boyardee. Wonderful pass, wonderful shot! And they score!
This line stack of Chef Boyardee and Vizzo has struck again, they look very powerful when they're both on the ice. It's just going to come down if they can generate the same kind of offense with, when they're on different lines.
Yeah, and we mentioned it a lot in the first game, passing being a big factor that neither team were really able to cash in on. You could see Vizzo and the Lions really hounding down on that, as what a wonderful pass from Vizzo connects to Chef Boyardee, and unfortunate for Mountain Q, not much you can do to defend that if you don't get the initial hit. And the Lions taking dominance in the shot department now tie things up as Vizzo breaks through off the opening draw. Mushy fan having to come out and glove that one, and Vizzo sending it out in front, gives it to Optional. Emo keeps it in the zone. That almost sprung a break if Emo missed his crouch, and he does it again to keep Optional Labor out of the zone. Does it another time to keep Optical out of the zone, trying to spring Vizzo, but they'll battle here in the corner as Vizzo's offensive presence ties things up for the Lions. Emo gets back defensively to keep Optical out. And it's really both of these first line forwards for both teams, Optical and Vizzo, being the deciding factors as this comes out in front. Dragon Ball Z all the way out of his net to make that save. And dangerous slot pass there as no one was guarding it for the Lions. They have another chance to do so, and they leave him wide open as Vizzo, trying to spring, takes his time. And the Aces will regroup in their own zone as Optical sends it up to Labor. Optional Labor taking a far shot that goes just wide. Chef Boyardee cutting across his own slot. Takes it all the way down, takes a shot of his own. Mountain Q able to block that one and take it right back in. Chef Boyardee getting a pullback. Can't cut through Royal Cyrus, though, as he almost had a step. Royal Cyrus will take a shot, save by Dragon Ball Z. Royal Cyrus misses his pullback. Chef Boyardee reads it well, tries to send it over for JP, but they were just not on the same page as Mountain Q intercepts that one. As he's done a few times in this game, they have another 2-on-1 breaking out the other way. JP with the shot, can't quite get it off before Royal Cyrus is there defensively. And Mushy Fan will glove an errant chance there to the corner. As Chef Boyardee will go 2-on-1, bringing this back into the Aces zone. Big hit there in the corner, going to go uncalled. And Chef Boyardee will have his time to send it cross ice. And Royal Cyrus is there to read that play and keep things out.
Both these guys have been on the ice for a long time. 13 and 11 stand for the Lions, but Vizzo is out there for a long shift, so they're trying to get a stand reset here.
That is very true. As Optional Labor tries to send that out in front. JP with the amazing stick to keep that away and out as Optical sends this one more time. Chef Boyardee having to do it himself. Optical can't get it there on the third attempt, and JP is coming back the other way. Gets through Optional Labor. Can he go all the way? No, he cannot, as Mushy Fan comes out of his net to poke check that one away. Vizzo back on the ice for the Lions with 30 seconds to go in this second period. 2-2 is the score. Lions leading in the shot department by 2 as well. We'll see Vizzo and Emo on the ice against Optional Labor and Optical. Those are the two players who have scored 2 goals for either team. Emo taking his time in the corner, gets blocked by Optical. He'll send it around the net. Vizzo will come around and take over. Partial 2-on-1 break, not able to generate anything as Vizzo stays with it. Send it to the slot for one last chance. Few pullbacks, nothing able to come away with it. And this period will end 2-2. And we will wait here for if Zulu wants to join us. Doesn't look like he's... Oh, he is here. Yeah, I mean, just lots of offensive pressure from both teams. We'll start on the other side of the desk this time. Dark Clip, who do you think has the advantage here going into this third period?
Well, it all depends on what the lines are. If the Lions will line stack Vizzo and Chef again, I think they take this game. But if they don't, I can see the Aces having the advantage here.
Yeah, I agree. And Zulus, what are your thoughts on that second period?
Same thing as the first period, man. Alaska getting a fantastic open opportunity by some weak Las Vegas defense, and then OVO being able to capitalize once again off of one of the few blunders that this Alaska defense makes, you know?
Yeah, 100%. The Alaska defense has been really strong throughout this whole game. Just really unfortunate chances on both of the goals the Lions scored. And Puppets Blade, I'll send it to you on what you think of that period as well.
I gotta agree with Zolas, honestly. It's just great defense from the Alaska Aces and a fantastic offense from the Lions here. It really just is like the best offense versus the best defense. I don't know what they can really do. I mean, it's like it really is just like unstoppable force meets a unmovable object or whatever the saying is with that. They just gotta. I guess it's all luck. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, and they say defense wins championships, but does defense win regular season battles is the real question. As yeah, it really is the X factor for both teams, the offense versus the defense. We'll see which pulls through here in the third period, as we will send things back to ice level with Lions holding a slight lead in the shot department. Can't break through the tied game here as third period gets underway. Vizzo and Optical back on the faceoff. Optical wins it this time, trying to get through Emo. Emo hits it out of the zone. Vizzo with a nice ping on that chance, and he'll just send it deep. As Optical will try and regroup in the corner, send it over to Optional Labor. We'll try to go one-on-one against Emo. Can't break through as he loses control of the puck, and Vizzo gets back defensively. Vizzo sending it up to himself. Cross ice to Emo. Dangerous play as one of the Aces players almost intercepted it. Far shot from Emo. Rings down the inside of the post and slides just through the crease. Mushy fan having to poke that one to keep it out. Vizzo missing his chance. Optical gets a sharp angle shot from the corner. Dragon Ball's gloving that one to the other side. Slot pass from Optional Labor doesn't get through. Vizzo does get through him though. And the Aces sending it out of their zone. Emo there to collect. Loses it to Optional Labor. Vizzo coming in cross ice to take control. Vizzo gets through Optical, but just pokes it too far ahead of himself to take the shot. And this board battle between Optical and Vizzo, we've seen it the whole game. Both players getting their chances, getting their goals as well. And I think they are both on hat trick watch as well. Yeah, both having the 2 goals for their team. Vizzo going off for a line change. Chef Boyardee having to collect that one. Almost both left the puck. Mountain Q taking advantage. And that is going to be a penalty on Chef Boyardee as he smacks Mountain Q off of the puck.
Yeah, we'll see if Alaska has offensive capability with their second line on for the power play to take control of this game and hopefully put it away.
Yeah, and looks like the Lions will be taking a timeout, which allows for the Aces to get their 2 best players on the ice, their first line of Optical and Optional Labor. That'll give the stamina for Vizzo to also hop back on. And yeah, this is a very, very important play of the game as the Aces are given a given a power play with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. We'll see if the Lions can hang on, and we'll see what comes of it as the timeout is over. The face-off will get underway, and it looks like It's Gray has arrived to the arena late for the Aces. He is looking to slot into the lineup. I'm guessing on that second line with Mountain Q, what we saw the first game. And that is also very dangerous for the Lions. More offense as Optical wins this back to Optional. And that shot goes wide off the draw. Optical trying to send it out in front. Takes his time to Optional Labor. Big save by Dragon Ball Z in the slot. Very big save to keep the Lions tied at 2. Vizzo trying to create offense on the penalty kill. Very dangerous, as if he loses this puck, it could spring an outnumbered break, and he'll choose to go back. He gets a ping on the pass, takes a shot. Vizzo hat trick. 3-2 Lions.
Yes, that was the second goal for Vizzo tonight. On the penalty kill, honestly, that timeout to me was not the smartest decision there by Alaska, letting Vizzo on the ice, who is by far the Lions' best player.
Wow, I feel like an idiot. That was sorry, not a hat trick for Vizzo, but his second goal and a lead-taking goal for the Lions. What an interception on the cross-ice pass on the penalty kill. And he caught Mushy Fan off guard, caught all the aces off guard, and going to take a head-on shot. Once again, he's not going to miss those. And I mean, 2 seconds left on this power play. We'll see if they can generate anything else. They cannot. Chef Boyardee is out of the box. And 3 minutes to go. Now the aces are trailing for the first time in this game. Vizzo will try and keep the offensive pressure on for the Lions, except he will go off for a change, so he'll have to do it on his next shift. Mountain Q trying to come away from the corner and take his own shot. That's knocked away. And this comes all the way out in the zone. It's Gray making his first appearance for the Aces. Chef Boyardee cutting inside. Can't get anything to the middle as It's Gray keeps it out to the corner and takes it out. Emo getting a crouch on that, and we'll leave it for the Aces to regroup. Mountain Q mishandling the puck will take it back into his zone for one last try. And Chef Boyardee deals it off him there. Sharp angle shot. Mushy Fan making a positionally nice save. One more chance out in front. Gets gloved, and Mushy Fan will hold on.
Yeah, Alaska needs to get some momentum going their way if they want to get back into this game. They have 2 minutes to do it, though, so we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, very important last 2 minutes for the Aces as they find themselves down a goal for the first time in this game. And, you know, things can be very tricky when, you know, you're leading for the entire time and then you find yourself having to get a goal as Chef Boyardee breaks through the entire defense and gets a shot on net. Good save by Mushy Fan as Las Vegas's offense has proven dominant against this Aces defense, who is held up exceptionally well despite the 3 goals they have let up. And Vizzo back on the ice for the Lions, presumably to finish this game if the Aces take a timeout. Vizzo cross ice to JP, who hits the post. And that could have iced the game if he hit the target on that chance. Vizzo stealing it off optional labor, trying to make a move out of the corner. Mishandles it just a bit, though, and he'll have to try again a different way. Optional labor makes a pullback move and gets past him. Can't recover. Optional labor sends it out in front, and Optical was not there to tap that one in as it gets cleared out, and Vizzo will go back the other way. 50 seconds to go. He tries an inverse curve. Can't pull it off. And that was a high-risk, high-reward play as a far shot from optional labor goes in. Tie game with 42 seconds to go.
I gotta say, that was another blunder by that Las Vegas goalie in Dragon Ball Z, letting up another short side goal.
Yeah, it was. This time on the other side of the ice. And that's gotta sting for the Lions. I mean, all 3 goals coming in on the short side. Those are saves that you nearly expect your goalie to make, let alone just make in general. But I mean, 42 seconds to go in this game. This has really been very exciting, as now I think it's anybody's game. I thought the Lions surely had that in the bag after their goal on the penalty kill. We'll assume not for now, as Vizzo sends this back into the zone. Weak shot. Mushy Fan sends that one out. Mountain Q on the ice to finish this game. He gets a hit past Vizzo and one more to send this into the zone. 20 seconds to go. Chef Boyardee takes this around his net. Cutting through the ice. Gets it knocked away by It's Gray. Mountain Q will have time to regroup, send this out. Opposite side of the ice of where Gray was, though. Vizzo was there on that side. He'll cut in deep to send it to the slot. And knocked away. 5 seconds to go. Will they get one last chance? They can, but it's just not strong enough to make it to the slot. And we will have overtime in this matchup. And it looks like we did lose Zulus this time. So we will have a 30-person desk to analyze that third period. Puppets Blade, what do we think about the offense from both teams?
It's honestly incredible. I think Gray was a great addition. He was just a little late. If Gray was here on time for the first period, maybe this game would be over and Alaska would have won 4-3 by now. But even then, this is one hell of a game. I actually love this game so much right now. It's a perfect display of offense. It's a perfect display of defense. It's just a great play all around. Alaska is doing pretty well too. Obviously, two players are on hat trick watches. This really is going to come down to the wire, and I think it already has. But like the fact that Alaska got a goal in the last 30 seconds is huge.
Yeah, and Dark Clip, do you have any thoughts on the goaltending matchup of this game? I mean, we saw a few questionable saves, questionable goals. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that Dragon Ball Z on the Lions side has just let up some questionable shots. But to be fair to him on that last one, the defense put no pressure on the Aces, so he had all day to just line it up. And on the other end with Mushy Fan, he's played very good. He's just very aggressive, and Vizzo's been able to take advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, with 30 seconds to go here, let's go into predictions on who we think is going to ice the game. I'll start off. I think it's got to be Vizzo for the Lions. Puppets Blade, what do you think?
I think it's got to be Optical.
Okay, going for the Aces. And Darkcliff, what about you?
I actually think it's going to be optional labor closing it out for the Aces.
Okay, so 3 predictions, 3 guesses, 2 in favor of the Aces, who have a chance to win this game with a score of 4-3. Should be a very exciting overtime period. The Lions will finally stack Vizzo and Chef Boyardee together to match optical and optional labor. The puck drops here in overtime. Vizzo wins the draw forward. Optional labor able to stop the original chance and take it back into his own corner. Mishandles the puck for a second. Chef Boyardee putting on the pressure. Can't find the slot pass though as optional labor comes away with it. Chef Boyardee and optional labor battling on that near side, trying to slide it through Vizzo, but he gets back defensively and stops that chance. Vizzo sending it to optional labor. He'll choose to send it back into his own corner and find a different way out, except Optical will steal it away for optional. And what a save by Dragon Ball Z with the glove in the slot. Optical will look to center it again. And and Vizzo steals it away, takes a shot. Mushy Fan standing tall on the other end. And I was going to say I'm getting confused with these two O's, optional and optical, but I think I got it right. Either way, Vizzo cuts inside again. Mushy Fan coming out to deny that chance. It goes wide either way. Optical trying to take this out of his zone. Emo is on the ice for the Lions. They both stand back. He takes his to dump it in. Vizzo has open ice. Hits it too far ahead of himself. And Optical will be able to come back the other way. But here's Vizzo on the wonderful back check. Stops that chance. As a 2-on-1 emerging for the Lions goes numb as he sends this into the corner with no other options. Vizzo will go off for a line change. Chef Boyardee on the ice trying to cut through all the way. Can he get inside? He can't, but what a save by Mushy Fan, who backs all the way below the goal line. It's Gray on the other side. Can't get a shot to go. JP accidentally sends this out in front. Mountain Q wasn't there. Far shot gets gloved by Dragon Ball Z to send to the boards. It's Gray. Almost gets a shot away from the corner. But here's JP. Open ice the other way. Mushy Fan. Another big save out in front. And one more time. What a save by Mushy Fan. What a dominant performance he's had in this overtime. As Mountain Q will try and slow things down. This has been end-to-end action the entire game. 27 total shots, 6 total goals, and Mountain Q sends this out of his own zone, unfortunately, to the other team. It's Gray makes a read on the play to get a pullback and take a shot saved by Dragon Ball Z. As the Lions got to be careful, having to put pressure on that. An open break. Dragon Ball Z comes all the way out of his net to surely save the game. And I'm losing my voice here as Mountain Q trying to take this out of the zone. Vizzo back on the ice. Can't send it out in front as Optical gets back defensively. Vizzo has some room, gets through, takes a shot. He scores! He finally gets his hat trick, and the Lions win 4-3.
Yeah, what an overtime performance there from both goalies, putting on a show. And Vizzo just, found the open slot on that great chance there.
Yeah, what a wonderful game. And I mean, this game was highlighted by Vizzo. 3 goals on the night. I thought he got it earlier. I was very, very wrong. He does get it there, though. And I think that matches Zulo's prediction of a hat trick for Vizzo. Either way. Yeah, that's what I thought. And yeah, the Lions able to come away with this. And, despite the score, despite 4 goals allowed, I think that Mushy fan had a really good game. He saved the game on a lot of those chances, as this game could have been, a very higher score for the Lions. Either way, that'll seal it 4-3, as we have another game coming up against the Chilliwack Chiefs and the Maine Lobsters. So we will send it to a quick break and see you guys in Maine. Hello, we are back from our quick break. It looks like it's only me and Dartclip on this desk, but that'll be all right. We'll make the best of it, as we see a matchup between the Chilliwack Chiefs and the Maine Lobsters. The Lobsters seemingly 0-2 on the season. The Chilliwack Chiefs 2-0. So we could see a very one-sided performance in this game. I'll head it over to Dartclip to let me know your pre-game thoughts on the matchup.
Yeah, coming from, a player's perspective of just playing the Maine Lobsters 2 days ago, actually, I gotta say, I think this could be a very lopsided game unless Rabbit-Brained and, I forget their other, Carcineo can step it up from their last game performances.
Yeah, the Lobsters lacking offense. Only, I want to make sure I get this. Yeah, only 2 goals in the 2 games they played. And on the other side, allowing 12. And for the Chiefs, they've scored 6 and allowed 4. So very, very lopsided in the Chiefs' favor. We'll see if the Lobsters are going to be able to keep this a close game. They have, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyways, we'll go into predictions. Dark Clip, what do you think the final score is going to be?
Yeah, I have a bad feeling this is gonna be a very lopsided game. I'm gonna go 5-1. The Chiefs take it.
Okay, and Option Labor, you want to give a prediction on the game?
Huh? Oh no, I can't do that. I have control, so I predict a good
Okay.
game.
Okay, good game from Option Labor, and I think it'll be a good lopsided game in favor of the Chiefs. I think it will be 4-0. I'm not really sure, but let's go down to ice level and see the first period get underway, as we will see a first line matchups of Rabbit, Brain, and Ned for the Lobsters going ahead against Oz and Airbnb for the Chilliwack Chiefs. Sixel is in net for the Lobsters. I believe that is different from the first 2 games, as Rabbit Brain gets a quick shot on net. That has to be blocked in front by Big Money Man, who will be the starting goalie for the Chiefs to start things off. Oz trying to take it end to end. And I did not expect a shot that fast. As Oz, few pullbacks. Oh my goodness. Almost gets a wonderful goal to start things off. He'll try one more time. And the Lobsters are just letting him take all the pullbacks that he wants in the world. And another chance. What is going on? Save by Sixel. Oz is feeling like he is on top of the world to start this game. Ned sends it in the zone for Rabbit Brain, too far, but he'll reclaim it in the corners. He'll come out in front. Big Money Man with the save early on. And these chances from the Lobsters are not going away, as one more hits the side of the net. And oh my goodness, I did not think I'd be screaming this early on, as one of these teams are going to have to slow down, except Oz has a breakaway the other way. He hits it off the post, and the rebound goes wide as Sixel comes all the way out. And early action in the first minute.
Yeah, for sure. Sixel is a goalie change indeed for the Lobsters. Other than that, they look to be running the same lines, and I gotta say, it's been working so far. They've looked very, very, very good.
Yeah, and you'll have to see if he's going to be the answer to their problems, as they have Felix Foxtrot on the bench, who I believe was playing in their last game. And we see the second line come out here for the Lobsters. Gamer Geek and Uchime against RDMT and RSK. I'm going to probably have some trouble with these names as well, as they all want to keep it very similar. Uchime in the corner with RSK. RSK almost winning that battle. Uchime having some trouble with it. RSK comes away with it. Going down the ice. No one able to stop him. His shot goes off the outside of the post. And RDMT trying to keep it in. Gamerkeep able to keep it out. Will he be able to get a shot on net? No, he will not. As RSK comes from the other side of the ice to keep that out. 2-on-1. Almost there. Now it's a 2-on-0 for the Lobsters. And oh my goodness. Not sure what Uchime was trying to do there. Maybe take a shot. Either way, that went all the way around the net. Big ping from RSK to stop a slot chance from Gamer Geek. And Gamer Geek having some trouble of his own against RSK in the corner. The Chiefs will send this out for the first line to come back on the ice. And the Lobsters will do the same, as all 4 players bunch in the corner. Oz coming away with it. Getting a chance. Sixel with the save. Not registered on net, as that might have hit more of the post than the pad. Rabbit Brain cutting in. Big Money Man making the glove and hitting that to the corner. Rabbit Brain and Oz battling here. Oz comes away with it on a 2-on-1. Will he find the pass? He will not. He will take it all the way himself. Big save by Sixel. Rebound chance. Ned is there to stop the rebound chance. Oh my God. Ned is there to stop that. And yeah, I mean, Airbnb was wide open on the other side of the ice. Here comes Lobsters with 2 shots, 2 big saves for Big Money Man, as he'll have to make another one. And the Lobsters are trying to turn their season around. And big hits in the corner here. Nothing called quite yet. The ref will let them play on. Oz coming away again with it, able to stick with the puck, and he's saved by Sixel. Oz does not know what the word pass means, as he has taken every opportunity by himself. They have been dangerous, but they have all been into the pads of Sixel, as RSK has some room here. He takes a hard shot into Sixel, who makes a save, and we've seen 11 shots in the first 4 minutes of this game. 43 seconds to go in this first period. Gamer Geek will have some time on the right-hand side. Big hit as he stumbles over the puck. RDMT takes a shot off that chance. And Sixel with his 6th save of the period. RDMT, a pullback shot saved by Sixel. And what is going on? Another shot. Holy crap. RDMT not slowing down. Gamer Geek trying to get one more chance for the Lobsters. Battling hard in the corner. RSK can't come away with it. Gamer Geek centers it. Unfortunately, it's right to RDMT, who tries to shoot it one last time, except Uchime gets back. And we will head to the desk after a 0-0 starting period.
I got lost on which one's the desk.
I think it's this one. And we are back as I try to reclaim my voice. 0-0, except the Lobsters finding 6 shots, the Chiefs finding 8. We'll start off with Dark Clip. What do you think has been the main change the Lobsters have made to keep this a competitive game?
Oh, it 100% has to be the goalie. The goalie has kept them in this game by far. To be fair, the Chiefs kind of have shot at all of their shots directly at him, but definitely better than the performance put up by Felix Foxtrot in those first 2 games. That, and also, they have looked better without Carson AO, in my opinion, so far.
Yeah, I mean, they looked like the dominating team to start this period. I mean, eventually falling behind in the shot department, but Sixel coming up huge. Optional Abler, do you have any thoughts on what the Chiefs do to try and solve that?
Shoot more.
Shoot more.
I'm not paying attention. I'll be for real. I'm looking at the boogie drama. Boogie just got cut, so I'm just looking at that.
Okay. So yeah, I mean,
I can answer that question if
the
you want
Chiefs.
me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say the Chiefs, what they need to do is shoot for the insides of the posts instead of shooting it at the goalie's face, if we're being real. And also, Oz needs to learn how to pass, and they'll have many more opportunities.
Oh, they all need.
Yeah,
to know
it's
how to
almost
pass.
kind of. Yeah, it is almost kind of surprising
Our
that
second
Oz.
2-1-0 there.
Yeah, not wanting to send it cross ice, has more trust in himself. We'll see if he makes any adjustments for this second period as we get underway with both first lines coming back out. We'll see if the Lobsters will hold on or even take a lead as they are the severe underdogs coming into this game. They've held a scoreless first period as Airbnb having some troubles around his net. Ned trying to take a far shot from the blue line, except Oz springs a breakaway, and Rabbit Brain able to get a stick on it and hit it towards the corner. Great defensive effort. Oz sending it out in front for Airbnb. Big save by Sixel, and Sixel is having a night as this comes all the way back out to Oz, who regroups in his own zone, trying to get it past Rabbit Brain. He gets a ping on it. Ned and Oz will fight in this far side boards here as Oz will have more room with it. Another 2-on-1. Rabbit Brain steps into him, takes a shot that doesn't reach the net. And Airbnb will try to do it of himself. Sends it over to Oz with some open ice. Far shot. Hits the post. Almost finally beats Sixel. But not quite yet. Ned, unfortunate pass out in front. And Oz almost gets one there as Rabbit Brain will have control of it coming the other way. Airbnb trying to find some ice, getting double teamed from Uchime. hopping on the ice for the Lobsters. RSK keeping it in the zone as the Chiefs complete their line change, and RSK can't find the shot out of the corner as he was actually hit on his way out, and looks like the Lobsters will head to the power play.
Yeah, we'll see what this second line of the Lobsters is able to do against RDMT on the PK. I think that the Chiefs, RDMT can be very lethal here on this PK still, so the Lobsters need to be careful not to let up a shorthanded goal. So it looks like RDMT actually isn't even contesting the faceoff.
And that's a very strange strategy. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. RDMT getting a little too excited, stepping above the hash marks. And he'll leave the faceoff uncontested again as Uchime will pull it back to GamerGeek, who takes a shot off the post. Can't connect on the faceoff draw, but they'll have plenty of time to try that again as RDMT actually has room on the penalty kill. Takes a far shot, and he slides it home. 1-0 Chiefs.
Goes in of all shots.
I mean, I hate to say that I called it, but I called it there that the Lobsters needed to be careful on the power play because a lot of teams like to get overly aggressive, which shows there that, you know, RDMT isn't to be messed with on the PK still.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate for Sixel. You'd like to think that he was going to be able to grab that from the first 10 shots that he was able to save. But either way, bad defensive laps by the Lobsters with not the greatest awareness on the power play, as they will keep the same two forwards on, trying to get the goal back. They do still have 19 seconds of power play time. Face-off play sends this to GamerGeek off the post. Big Money Man with the clearance off the line. GamerGeek out in front. Big save by Big Money Man again. And he's had to stay tall on this power play. RDMT with more room on the penalty kill. Gets a shot away. Saved by Sixel. And RSK is out of the box. GamerGeek having some troubles with the puck. Almost loses it to RDMT. Keeps it. Sends it to Uchime, who jumps over it. RSK with some room, but Sixel comes out of his net to stop that chance and hit it away. GamerGeek trying to make way, trying to get the goal back that they lost on the power play with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this period. RSK has room, cuts to the outside instead of the middle, and loses the puck to Ned as the Lobsters will complete their line change. Oz with a big pullback to create some space there. Rabbit Brain gets a crouch and intercepts that pass. Takes a shot almost before RSK had something to say about it. And they will try and spring their offense a different way with Oz able to find some room. Slide it off the post, but Sixel gets it before it makes it there. And Oz has some room. Ned hits it away and gets this out of the zone. Sixel having to come out of his net again, making way for this Bad Lobsters defense, which we have seen for the season. We didn't see it in the first, though, as this comes out in front. And Rabbit Brain keeps us in the zone. Big hit there, and that is for sure a penalty. They give up on the play. Rabbit Brain able to get a shot away, and the Lobsters will head to the power play once again.
Yeah, we're going to see the first top line stay out here, even though they're on a little bit low stamina. And let's see if they can capitalize on this power play unlike the last.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big chance for them as Rabbit Brain tries to take a shot off the draw. RDMT looking to double his penalty kill tally, and he does! It's 2-0 for the Chiefs, both on the penalty kill.
And yeah, going back to last game, even this is 3 straight power plays that the main Lobsters have let up a goal on. You got to wonder what is going on in their heads and how is their morale with that happening 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and oh, sorry, 1 second. Yeah, I mean, this Lobsters power play has not been strong at all, giving up 2 goals the other way on the 2-on-1. That is just absolutely awful, and you gotta feel bad for Six, who has been playing lights out in this game. They'll go for another face-off play to Gamer Geek. Big money man standing tall on that chance. They'll send it out in front for Yuchai, who takes a shot that's way wide. And they'll try to create another chance before this power play ends. Sending it out in front. RDMT finds that. And he'll come out of the zone looking for a penalty kill hat trick. Except it's a 2-on-0 with Gamer Geek, who takes a shot off the post. And oh, how did he miss that chance? Trying to slot it too perfectly. Ends up almost missing the net completely. RDMT on a 2-on-1. Loses the puck for his moment, but takes a shot. Short side. Hat trick, RDMT. It's 3-0 Chilliwack Chiefs.
Yeah, and I think that is 3 goals on 3 straight shots for the Chilliwack Chiefs. And this is getting bad out here for Maine. And Six will start out the game strong, but we need to see a comeback coming from him.
Yeah, I mean, just crazy stuff. I mean, perfect stuff coming from RDMT as he was able to find a second period hat trick. And I mean, Sixel is going to want that back as, I mean, it looked like he'd squeezed through on the tightest of angles on that short side. And I mean, here comes Airbnb and RSK trying to take a face-off play, not slowing down at all. And, you know, in this first period, it seemed like the Lobsters had a chance. They'll have a 2-on-1, and a terrible pass from Rabbit Brained will lead them to resetting in their own zone, trying to make way, except RSK will come the other way on a breakaway. Loses it as Ned gets back. And 15 seconds left in this period. Lobsters will try to find themselves on the scoreboard at least once. They can't. RSK has room to pass it, but they all just take it in and get blocked as this second period will come to an end with a 3-0 lead for the Chiefs.
And I'd like to welcome Spray to the desk with us tonight, and we'll get some unique perspectives from him. Where the hell is the desk again?
It's in the middle.
I'll probably be subbing in for the third. Right, we're in the second period,
It is
right?
the third.
Oh, it is the third.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I'll just. What's the score?
3-0 Chiefs.
3-0 Chiefs. So let me guess. Osgood, RMT, or Bensky scored.
All 3 incorrect.
Yeah. No. What?
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 None of the
They've all
scored?
been RDMP.
Oh, they all been RMT.
Yeah,
Oh my
RDMP, yeah.
god. Okay. From not in
RDMT
game,
hat trick.
but my
Bensky's not even
perspe-
here.
you know, my perspective on this is RDMT. He's a god. You know, he's a P3 merchant. You know, I'll need to go a little bit, but you know, I think he has mad potential to be a great player in this JBHL season, and I'm pretty sure the Chiefs are just great in general. I think Ginger's still running that 6-man rotation as we seen last game, playing everyone. You know, this team is like
Thank
really
you,
constructed. Very nice.
Two of them are on the penalty kill.
Yeah, thank you,
hell
Ghost
no.
Spray, for that analysis. We will. What I saw in that second period was a total breakdown of the Lobsters. They kept it really competitive in that first period, matching the shot total and not allowing any goals, except they completely exploded in that second period. You got to think the nerves took over, having the ability to take the lead 3 different times, and all 3 times it sprung an RDMT counterattack the other way. And I mean, not much time here, but Dark Clip, do you have any other thoughts on that second period?
Yeah, I think that May needs to start getting more opportunities on offense, and you know that their penalty kill or their power play needs some work, and we'll see if they can step up in this third period.
Yeah, we'll
Let's
go
hope the
back down
RDMT
to ice
can get
level, and I
more.
mean, yeah, well, just a quick question here, even as this period gets started. Dark Clip, do you think the Lobsters can get back into this game and make it competitive?
I personally do not. I don't think they had the offensive firepower to score more than 1 goal a game at this point in the season.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you. I think the Chiefs are going to hold on. They've looked really strong defensively as Rabbit Brain cuts inside. Big money man making a big money save with that'll be his 11th of the game. Oz taking it inside. Can't find the net, though, as that shot goes wide. Ned sending it out to Rabbit Brain, who jumps over the puck, gives way of ohXD to make a few pullbacks. Ned reading that one, not letting anything get close to his goaltender, as Airbnb will go behind his own net to try and break out the other way, except Rabbit Brain meets him there, finds it in the corner, gets a few pullbacks, takes a weak shot. Big Money Man able to glove that one, and that was a very good chance for the Lobsters and Rabbit Brain if he was able to get a harder shot on that chance. Rabbit Brain can't send it out in front. Big Money Man will poke that back to the corner. Airbnb will keep this behind his own net, trying to go out the other way. Airbnb sends it all the way up for RSK, but Ned meets him there and takes that puck away from him and sends it back into the Chiefs zone. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left for the Lobsters to get anything on the board. RSK will take a shot of his own, saved by Sixel. And Gamer Geek almost centering that to the other team. Has to be careful there as they both bunch onto RDMT. Not able to find the puck. A little bit of lag there. Makes it go flying. And a far shot from RSK goes wide. Uchime will send this out of his zone as RDMT tries to keep it in. Gamer Geek comes away with it. Can he get a shot? He can't before RSK recovers defensively. And they will have a 2-on-1. And his pass doesn't get strong enough to get in front of RDMT. But either way, they will keep control of the puck. As this comes out in front, almost able to poke it in is Uchime, but that one gets steered away. Gamer Geek keeping this behind the net. ohXD trying to come on this far side where he's had most of his touches in this game. Another save by Sixel as he comes out to stop that crit chain. And Airbnb trying to take another sharp angle chance where RDMT found his shot on his third goal. Sixel making the save there, though, as a hit goes uncalled. Airbnb a few pullbacks to keep it in the zone. And very late offsides, but it's called there.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a better period for Maine. They just, like I said earlier, they don't really have the firepower to be scoring on offense. I mean, with Maple being pretty much their best player as a rookie, just not having the experience to know and, take over games and score.
Yeah, he'll try to find a goal here as he looks for the post abuse. Big Money Man. Another great glove to keep the Chiefs without, I'm not going to actually say that before I say anything before it jinxes anything, but another save there. Rabbit Brain trying to create the pressure. Still, shot doesn't go his way as Airbnb keeps this out of the zone. And I mean, 1:30 left here. Looks like the Chiefs might have this one in the bag. What I will say is there has been a wonderful performance from both teams despite the score, as Ned sends this a little too far back and RSK comes away on the break, but Rabbit Brain gets a stick on it defensively and stops maybe a fourth goal. It pops out in front though for RDMT, and he can't find his would have been fourth goal of the game. Rabbit Brain has a step, takes a shot, glove saved by Big Money Man. And I mean, 15 out of 15 saves in this game. You gotta look at him as one of the stars. And another chance saved by Sixel. 40 seconds left to go. RSK sends it out in front. Sixel having to defend the slot himself. Keeps this one out, and they will choose. The Chiefs will choose to take this all the way back in their zone. Uchime trying to keep it in, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to generate anything here unless RDMT can get one last chance. That's blocked by Gamer Geek. Oz keeps it in the zone. That's gloved by Sixel. And we will see these four players end the game. One hard shot gets gloved down. That'll be his 18th of the night out of 21. And I mean, this has just been a battle of the goalies as Gamer Geek cucks inside and breaks the shutout with 7 seconds to go. And oh no.
I definitely did not jinx that for Big Money Man there.
Darklet, why'd you double down?
Why double down? That's so... I swear the curse, bro. Yeah, someone get this guy off a comment, bro. That's gonna curse the whole team.
I mean, I almost said the word on broadcast. I guess Darkclip typed it in the chat.
He did. He was like, "Big
and I
Money Man,
mean-
don't worry about the shutout."
That is
So don't
very
think about the shutout or
unfortunate.
anything there, Big Money Man. And then
Oh,
there's
no, what if
12
they tie
seconds
him?
left,
What
and I
if they tie
typed,
12
it's just a
seconds left.
stupid superstition.
Oh, man. Wait, shoot it.
And that'll
Whoa.
end the game. 3-1. The final score for the Chiefs. The Lobsters getting a complimentary one with 10 seconds to go. Unfortunately, breaks the shutout. It doesn't break the wonderful game that Big Money Man had nonetheless. He went 15 for 16, and on the other side, Sixel did all he could to keep these Lobsters in the game, going 18 for 21. And that'll be, like I said, 3-1, the final score for the Chiefs. We have one more game coming up on the night between the Rimouski Oceanic versus the St. Louis Loons, who will be playing their second game of the night. So don't go too far. We'll go to a quick break and see you guys in just a moment.
Alright, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final game of the JBHL game day here. We got the Rimouski Oceanic versus the St. Louis Loons. Let me bring it up to Darkclip. Darkclip, give me some pre-thought analysis on these two teams.
Yeah, to be honest, I have not seen Rimouski play too much yet this season, but having just played St. Louis, they are a decently strong team, but they do have some flaws, so I think hopefully this will be a close game tonight.
Alright, call it there. What's your opinions on Tino your barber after the horrendous game he had last? So what do you think Tino has to do to reclaim his status as the #1 guy on this Loons team?
Well, I know you missed it earlier, but he actually got the game winner in the first game. He looked a lot better than he did in his last. I can definitely tell you that. The Loons holding on very tightly to a win there. I also haven't seen much of the Oceanic play in this game, but I mean, if they are able to keep the offensive pressure on this Loons team, we'll see if Ende is able to have another great performance and really keep his team in the game.
Honestly, and taking it back to Public Spade over here. Public Spade, who do you think is the ones to watch type players? You know, the ones that you normally see become the stars on the ice for both teams.
In my honest opinion, I think Tino is going to be the man to watch for St. Louis, and the guy for the Rimouski would be like Cartoony Man or It's Camel. I recognize those two names, and that's about it. Maybe actually no, that's a lie. There's Void. What am I talking about? Void is also going to be a player to watch for this Rimouski team. Other than that, though, Tino is probably the obvious pick for St. Louis.
Honestly, yeah, I agree with you. And we'll start from Public Spade, come all the way down to me. Predictions for this game. Start out, Public Spade.
I have St. Louis winning 3-1.
Powder.
I guess in the chat I was told that T Design is actually starting for the Loons, so I'm gonna go 4-2 for the Oceanic.
Dark Clip.
Yeah, with that recent knowledge of T Design starting in net, I'm gonna go 4-1 Oceanic.
And I'm guessing T Design's a bit of a rookie, so I'm gonna take a 4-0 for Rimouski. But we'll see what happens in this game here as optional labor. No, Color Derp will be taking over.
No.
Yeah. Gulp.
It's me, bro.
Who's Color?
Who is it? The Color?
Me.
I don't know.
It's me.
Oh, it's Labor. Optional Labor will be taking control. All right,
Yeah.
take it away.
You're ready here for late night hockey. Rimouski wins the faceoff to Quat. Tino pressuring. He gets the puck, letting it audibly hit it. Trying to set it up. Picked off by Quat. Quat with a great crouch. Penning it to Tino. Tino taking a long shot, just wide. It's Camel. Tino in the corner, fighting for it. It's Camel sending it around. Tino picking it off. Whoa, that's a big hit. Quat having control, chipping it up the boards, looking for a pass. Camel doesn't cooperate though, as he just backs up. Tino picks it up, going for a long shot, blocked by Quat. Quat going for a pass to Camel. Camel can't get the shot off. Quat's there though, they'll try and send it back. Tino pushing it into the Rimouski zone. Tino with a slot pass, going for it himself. Shot saved by Cartoony Man. Going for a rebound, but it's picked off by Quat. Quat's just going to get it out of the zone. Camel hoping to pressure it inaudibly. Getting there first, sending it into his own zone to regroup in the corner. As Tino comes off forward, double Diamond G. Inaudibly is going for a change as Diamond G takes control behind their own net. As Rimouski changes as well. Voidy sending it back into the offensive zone. Looking for a slot pass, doing some P3 moves. Double Diamond G is going to be able to pick it up. Pressured by Goldie Boy. Goldie Boy can't get the shot off, though. Diamond G holding it behind his own net. Trying to set something up. Whiffs his P3. It goes to Voidy, though. Voidy in the corner looking for some moves. Picked off by Diamond G. Goldie's there first, though. Diamond G maybe to get a shot. Great defense by Voidy. Voidy letting Cartoony Man hit it. He's going to pick it up himself. Pressured by Diamond G. P3's it up. Great pang by It's Ender. Fighting in the corner there. Diamond G pressuring. Goldie Boy. Picked off by Ender. Ender trying to get a shot here. Saved by Cartoony Man. Void having it in his own corner. Pressured by It's Ender. It's Ender slot passing to absolutely nobody. As St. Louis changed, and so did Rimouski. Voidy entering the offensive zone. Tino Your Barber has it behind his own net. P3ing it up too inaudibly. Picked off by Quat. Quat putting it in the other team's corner. Looking for a slot pass to Camel. But Tino, with some great pressure, gets it out of the zone. And now Quat's going to have control in his own zone. Tino Managing to steal it. Quat bringing it back. Going for a P3 up, but inaudibly's there first. Doing some moves. Picked up by Camel. Looking for a shot. Saved by T-Design. Tino looking for a P3 shot in the center. Taking it up himself. Picked off by Quat. It's now a race to the St. Louis corner here. Tino's going to get it. Fighting in the corner now. They're all whiffing their P1s. Camel looking for a slot pass, but it's picked off by Inaudibly. It's a race for the puck. Quat gets there first. Inaudibly with a great slot pass, taking a short shot off the post. Quat still having it in the offensive zone. Sorry, defensive zone, excuse me. Quat's going to have it in his own corner as the St. Louis person changes, but Goldie Boy now has a bunch of space. He goes for a shot, picked off by Double Diamond G. Great defense after a unfortunate change. Boydie in the corner, sending it up. It's Ender is there first, though, preventing the 2-on-1. Ender sending it up to Double Diamond G. Double Diamond G touring around Goldie Boy. Can't get the shot off, though. Rimouski stacked in their own corner. Voidy, a quarter move around Diamond G. Sending it up to Goldie Boy. Picked off by Ender. They have too many Enders. In the Rimouski corner, Ender has it. Looking for a slot pass to Diamond G. But Goldie Boy says no, but it's not out of the zone just yet. It's Ender looking for a slot pass to Diamond G. Can't get the shot off. He's going for a short shot. Picked off by Voidy. In their own corner. Slot pass to nobody because the St. Louis defenseman changed. Tino has it. He's bringing it into his own zone to regroup and let his other forward change. He passes it up to Inaudibly. Has a chance here, but Voidy is there. 13 Stammy. He manages to prevent the breakaway. He just goes off to change. Inaudibly. Struggling in the corner. Quat picks it up. P3ing it up to its Camel, but not just enough. Tino's bringing it into his own zone, and that'll do it for the first period. A very uneventful first period. 0-0. Not even more than 4 shots. We go to the desk.
Right. Welcome back, viewers, to the first intermission here, as we had quite the quiet first period here, quite unusual. Color, take me on what happened. Your thoughts. Your thoughts.
Yeah, both teams playing pretty defensive. Only 3 total shots. But I mean, I think both of these teams need to start testing these goalies as much as possible. I think I've seen Cartoony Man play actually a good amount, and I don't think he's that bad. I think he's actually pretty strong in net. So only putting up 2 shots on him is not going to solve their problems. And for the other way, putting 1 shot on a rookie goaltender is not what you want to give him. So.
All right. Dark Clip, take me on to this. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, this has been a
Similar to
very
Color?
defensive game so far. And yeah, I mean, I think I agree with Color Derp that they just need to start testing these goalies, putting some P3s on the net and seeing what these goalies are capable of. And, maybe some pucks will end up finding the back of the net.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, Public Play, you seem pretty deep in JBHL ball knowledge. Talk to me more about this T-Design goalie and where he
I have
originates from.
no idea who this guy is, but I do
Oh,
want to
man.
say that if Rimouski cannot figure out, I don't know, because I feel like they're covering slot as much. It's just the Loons need to actually have someone in slot whenever they get the P3 or P2 corner moves into slot passes. Because I feel like there was 2 or 3 times where it was just like a wide open shot and no one was home.
Well, thank you for your comments, Public Wade, as we will take it to optional labor for coverage of the second period. Let's see, and hope to see more of this T-Design prodigy.
That's so funny. Puppets, but you know people, right? Who is this? I have no idea who that is. We start the second period. Tino Yarbrough with a great face-off, going for a shot, saved by Cartoony Man. Looking for a rebound, saved by Cartoony Man. It's in the center ice now, inaudibly. Looking for a P3. It picked up by Camel. Camel going for a shot, saved by T-Design. Camel doing some backwards moves, inaudibly. Doing his own pullback move. Sends it up to Tino Yarbrough. Fighting with Quat in the corner. Quat wins it. He's going to try and pass it to Camel. Camel going for a shot, whiffs on it, and inaudibly picks it up. Inaudibly doing a pullback move, sending it up to Tino, picked off by Quat. Quat going for a shot, saved by T-Design. He sends it into the corner. Inaudibly sending it around his net. Sends it through. It's Camel. Tino your Barber picks it up. He's looking for a shot, picked off by Quat. Camel sending it into his corner as he goes for a change, but now nobody's there. Tino Barber sending it up to Inaudibly. He shoots, saved by Cartoony Man. What a glove. Inaudibly has it in the Rimouski corner. That was just a great glove. I mean, I haven't let my color commentator talk, so I'm going to let Color Derp, give us some info on this game here.
Yeah, I mean, Cartoony Man had a save to save the game we saw Big Money Man do that. And oh my God.
He scores! A horrible turnover in the St. Louis zone gives Voidy a chance to just whack at that puck for 2 shots, multiple rebounds, and it's in the net. 1-0 Rimouski.
Yeah, what a strange scenario there in the middle of what I was trying to say. But yeah, Void able to find the second and third rebound chance off a T-Design. And I don't think that's his fault at all. I wasn't able to see exactly which defender was sitting in front of the net with him. But they definitely should have hit that puck away with all the time they had. And I mean, Rimouski with a lucky goal to get on the board first.
Rimouski wins the faceoff. Voidy carrying it up, looking for that. He's got that confidence after that goal. It's saved by T-Design. Diamond G has it in the corner now. Trying to get it out of his zone. He sends it up to its Ender. Ender going for a quick shot, saved by Cartoony Man. Goldie Boy walking up. Enters the St. Louis zone in their corner. Looking for a slot pass. Actually, he's looking to just do it himself, but it's picked off by Diamond G. Diamond G tries to send it out, but gets screwed over by the bounce of the boards. Voidy has it in St. Louis corner now. Ender picks it off. Just trying to get it out of their zone. They're trying to give themselves some space to breathe after that very unfortunate goal. Voidy has it in the St. Louis zone now. Sending it around the net. Looking for a slot pass to Goldie. Can't find it. Looking to do it himself, but he misses just wide. Voidy doing some great P3 moves. And that's a Michigan! I believe that is a Michigan. A beautiful move by Voidy. You don't see that in the JBHL much, do you, Color?
No, you don't. And that was a wonderful play, doing it all by himself behind the net. And I mean, that was just really, really incredible on a rookie goaltender as well. I mean, that's got to feel awful letting that in, but there's nothing you can do about it. Void taking full advantage, showcasing his skills, and just like that, Rimouski has a 2-0 lead as they've piled 6 shots in the first 3 minutes of this second period.
Yeah, that is a Michigan, though, right? That's what they call it. Right?
That is, yes.
All right. And you don't see that in the juniors. I mean, you don't really see it much in the majors as well. Tino carrying it up, passing it to his own defenseman. A great pullback move, going for a short shot, saved by Cartoony Man. Tino Barber going for another short shot, another save by Cartoony. It's in the feet of the two people, to Tino and Quat. Glove by Cartoony, sending it into his corner, but Tino's there. Tino's doing some fancy moves. He's trying to recreate what Voidy just did, or he's trying to do something. He's trying to make it look like he's a star too. But Quat picks it off. Quat looking for a short shot, picked off by Tino. He pulls it back and sends it up. Quat just sending it into his own zone to try and regroup, but it gets picked off by Tino. Tino with a great pullback behind the net, looking for a slot pass to inaudibly. He shoots it wide. Quat's there to pick it up in the corner. Sending it around his net. Inaudibly's in the corner now. Quat with a big hit on inaudibly, and that's going to be a penalty. Quat just punches inaudibly, who is on top of the puck, and I believe that is going to be... I mean, Rimouski's arguing, but it's the ref's decision. St. Louis goes on the power play.
Yeah, and this is a big chance for the Loons to get back in this game, trailing down 2 goals. We'll see if Cartoony Man and Void can stand tall on the penalty kill.
St. Louis sends out Diamond G and its Ender. Diamond G pressuring Void in front. It's Ender looking for a shot, and he jumps over it. Voidy has a chance here. He shoots, saved by D-Design. Diamond G trying to get into his own zone. Voidy is going to pressure it here. Void fighting with Diamond G. Sends it around his own net. Diamond G has a chance, passing it to an audibly for Ender for a shot. He scores! I mean, that's how you score a power play goal. You pass it into the wide open slot and you shoot it. It's Ender gets the first goal for St. Louis.
Yeah, and that's not. And yeah, Void highlighted what you don't want to do on the penalty kill. He chased the St. Louis player behind the net, leaving the slot completely wide open. And on the power play on a 2-on-1, you kind of just have to give it up and guard that slot with your goalie. Unfortunately, you can see what can happen if you don't. Nothing Cartoony Man can do. And yeah, the Loons are back in this game. 1-goal game with a minute to go in the second period.
Yeah, as St. Louis trying to ride off this momentum, it's Ender chipping it around Void, looking for a shot, saved by Cartoony Man. Rebound, scores! 2 quick goals, and this time it's the line mate double Diamond G, and it's a tie game.
And oh my God, what a turnaround. Face-off play for the Loons, able to take it right into the zone. 10 seconds later, not even. The Loons have tied this game, and it's a completely different game now. Going to be heading into the third, unless anything else can happen. It's going to be heading into the third, a tie game, and it's going to be a competitive one, as both teams are going to try and take that lead back.
Yeah, I don't know what was spoken in their Discord call, but it must have worked. And we enter the face-off here. St. Louis is keeping on the same line, hoping to get some more magic. It's Ender. Diamond G running into the Rimouski corner, looking for a slot pass. Can he get it? Void sends it around his own net now. He's just trying to get it out. Trying to stop the bleeding. Looking for options. Gonna take it himself. Beautiful crit chain. Saved by T-Design. Void doing some moves. Pull back. Goes for a 5-0. Saved by T-Design again. It's Ender running up with 13. Stam. Picked off by Void. Shoots. Saved by T-Design. Goldie looking for a chance. Whiffs on it. Sends it back to Void. Void just trying to make sure they don't score in the last 3 seconds. And that will do it for the second period. What we thought was going to be a 2-0 game is now a tie 2-2 game. We go over to the desk to see their thoughts.
All right, we got everyone here. All right, welcome back to the second and final intermission of this game, and pretty interesting, pretty good period from the first, which was quite boring. But 2 apiece tie game after a little bit of mistakes and a crazy goal from Void. Double Diamond and Ender decided to turn on the Jets and get 2 on their line. Puppet Blade, talk to me more about this second line from this Loon squad and how they're just carrying, in my opinion, carrying this team on their back. Puppet Blade?
I don't think that's really a debate, considering that double Diamond G and its Ender are the only ones with the points in this game for this Loons team. So I don't disagree with you there. I just think that they gotta not change anything up. I don't really know. I didn't really watch too much of their game too much. I just know that they're really good and they got really good rebounds and they got a really good power play goal, and that's just beautiful. I don't really know. Color, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Rimouski was very dominant for the first half of this game, and the Loons just kind of took over halfway through the second period. They finally started getting quality chances, especially starting with that power play. But if I personally had to guess, I think the Oceanic have more of what it takes to regain the lead in the third and come away with it.
And Dark Clip, how'd you think of Void? You know, I think he's a rookie first season. Or what do you think about him?
Yeah, Void is a rookie. He has looked good so far this season, and honestly, he's been carrying Ramuski on his back, in my opinion.
We'll see what happens. Who takes over the game, and we will take it over to optional labor to commentate the final period of this game. Take it away.
Here we go. All right.
What the fuck?
St. Louis wins the faceoff. Might be an FOV, but we're gonna keep it going. Inaudibly to Tino. Great pullback move, taking a shot. Saved by Cartoony Man. Doing another pullback. Picked off by Quat. Quat looking to pass it to Camel. Camel going for a shot. Jumps over it. Passes it to Quat. Inaudibly is gonna have it now. Camel sending it into St. Louis's corner. Inaudibly is gonna take it around his own net, but it's picked off by Camel. Inaudibly is gonna pressure it again. He's trying to send it to Tino. Tino in his own zone to regroup. Sending it up to Inaudibly, picked off by Quat. Quat going for a shot, but it's pinged by Inaudibly. Inaudibly, sending it up same side to Tino. Picked off by Quat, passing it to Camel. Can't get the shot off. Great defense by Inaudibly. Inaudibly looking for a cross pass to Tino, picked off by Quat. Back to Inaudibly, back to Quat. What is tennis match here? Camel picks it up, going for a shot, saved by T-Design. Tino having it in his own zone. Trying to send it up to Inaudibly, picked off by Quat. Inaudibly now having it in his corner. He's going to let Diamond G take it as he goes for a change. And so does Ramuski. Diamond G trying to send it up to Ender. Ender has it. Looking to spread some magic after their last shift in the second period. Void. Passing it to Goldie Boy. Can't find it. Diamond G's just going to send it up. Void having it in his own zone. Chips it around Ender. It's a 2-on-1. Void going for a 5-hole short side. Hits the post. T-Design whacks it away. Diamond G has it in the corner. Pinged by Void. Void having it now. He's behind the net. We know what happened last time he was behind the net. He goes for a 5-hole. He scores! A beautiful wraparound by Void. He goes far side on T-Design. And that's the go-ahead goal. It is 3-2 Ramuski.
Oh my God, hat trick for Void, and he earned every part of it. That last one, just complete dominance, taking it around the net. And once again, the Loons not closing in, not defending him well at all, giving him all the space in the world. And Void makes no mistake with a wonderful wrap. Not a Michigan this time, but he will go around and find the far side on rookie goalie T-Design. And I don't think any of these goals have been his fault.
No, not at all. Goldie Boy looking for a quick shot. Saved by T-Design right off the faceoff. Goldie Boy still has it. Picked off by Diamond G. Diamond G looking for a chance. Great defense by Void. Diamond G has it now. Looking for a slot pass to its Ender. Diamond G still has it in the corner. Sending it behind the net. Voidy going to pick it up. Diamond G looking for a slot pass. Picked off by Goldie Boy. And Goldie Boy is in the neutral zone. Chipping it around Ender. Trying to crit chain it around Diamond G, but he goes great defense. And he manages to beat Void too. He's in Ramuski's corner here. Void's going to send it around his own net now as he picks it up. Going to try and P3 it up to its Camel now. As Void's just going to send it around his own net again. He's pulling some magic here. Diamond G pressures, but they're both too low stamina to do anything. Void's just going to send it up and go for his change. Tino picks it off of Camel. Enters the zone. And there's going to be a penalty on Tino there. As during the crit chains, he just punches Quat off of the puck. And then, or Camel, I'm sorry. And there's going to be a penalty.
And
Krinsky
yeah,
is going to go on the penalty on power play.
Yeah, just lack of discipline there from Tino, as now the Loons have to kill a power play and find a goal to tie things up. With 2 minutes to go, they'll have a minute 30 after this expires.
St. Louis is going to call a TO to give Diamond G his stam to come out to kill the penalty. Fortunately, that's going to give Ramuski their stam to get a good power play here. And if I was Rimouski, I'd send out the Goldie Boy and Voidy line. I mean, they're definitely generating the most offense here. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Void has all 3 goals for the Oceanic, but I mean, maybe they're saving him for the final shift.
Yeah, I mean that is also a smart option. You gotta let their first line get some glory too here, Camel and Quat. As we're waiting for the whistle from the ref. Anyway, Rimouski looking to win this face-off. They do, but the wrong way. Camel going for a slot pass. It's hit by T Design, Diamond G, taking a just dumping it in here as Quat gains possession. He's got space. Looking to take it. Going for a pass to it's Camel. Camel's not pressuring it though. Diamond G clears it. Quat sends it back up to Camel. Camel going for a shot. Picked off by Diamond G, who clears it again. Quat pressuring Diamond G on the blue line. In the other corner now, and it's a kill for St. Louis. A shot off the post by it's Camel. Diamond G hitting it up, but it's picked off by Quat. Still in the St. Louis zone. Rimouski sending it in front of the nets as T-Design hits it. Tino losing it in the corner. Inaudibly picks it up here. Inaudibly looking for an option. 5-hole shot saved by Cartoony Man. Quat trying to chip it around Inaudibly. But Inaudibly has it. Tino now has it. Lost it to Camel. Camel going for a shot. Too far. 50 seconds left in the third period here. St. Louis looking to try and just get it out of their zone. Tino has it. Going for a pass to Inaudibly. Can't get the shot off as now Void has it. Just trying to waste some time here. The net is pulled. You got Tino. You got Diamond. Tino with a chance. He shoots. Too far off the post. Cartoony Man whacks it into the corner. Tino having a chance. Picked off by Void. Void looking for an empty net goal for 4 goals here. Sends it into the corner. It's Ender trying to pick it off. Void still has it in the corner. Looking to just waste time. Sends it around their net. Looking for some pullback moves. Trying to pull back into the net, but he can't get it. It's Ender sending it up to Diamond G. Goldie Boy is trying to score on himself. And there's not going to be a last-second shot. Oceanic take the win. 3-2.
Yeah, and Void almost finding a couple bull bags to get his 4th of the night on the empty net. Doesn't matter. Rimouski holds on. Great performance from Cartoony Man and Void on that side. And yeah, the Loons just falling short. You know, Tino had a wonderful first performance, and he has fallen off a cliff since then. And you've got to look to how they manage their lineup following their games after this. But yeah, 3-2. Rimouski holds on to take it here.
Yeah, I mean, Matt is off was the big piece they traded for. I didn't see him at all on the ice today. But, I mean, you know, it's nice to see the depth performing. T-Design played great for his, as his first career start. He's looking great. I mean, the future of goalies is looking real ready. You got Jara Binks, you got Cartoony, you've got T-Design. I mean, we're looking into a new era of goalies here.
Yeah, and that'll do it for BSN action here on the JBHL tonight. That was our 4th and final game as Rimouski takes it 3-2 in St. Louis. Thank you guys for all joining us tonight. We have BHL and NAMHL action on Sunday tomorrow. So make sure you guys catch us and tune into us there tomorrow. I've been Color Derp, joined by Optional Labor, Dart Clip, Puppets Blade, Spray, and Dremmings behind the camera for this last game. And we will see you guys hopefully tomorrow.